Where do we find that stability in life?
See, the problem is that we are looking for stability from career, relationship, money, fame. But we have to understand they are all inherently unstable. But if you work from a space of assurance, then it is about creating possibilities. It's about doing much more. Now, how do you create work from a space of assurance?
प्रैक्टिकल बताओ
Practical बताओ, क्या
थियरी तो
करें
हो
इसमें?
या
Namaste. My name is Vedānta. 2012 is when I chanced upon Upanishads, and it had a profound impact on my life. Since then, I have dreamt to bring the key aspects of Upanishads in a manner which is simple, relatable, and implementable in our daily lives. So here we are with a set of videos to make spirituality simple.
Vedānta, tell me one thing.
Okay.
Everything in the world is so unstable right now. The wars are happening, AI has come, jobs have become uncertain, political environment is as it is, Like, where do we find that stability in life?
Why are you seeking stability?
Well, if you're stable, if you're centered, then that's what gives you peace of mind, calmness, so that, that's what we are here for, right?
So you're saying stability gives you calmness, right?
Yes.
So then you have to hold on to something which does not change.
But they say change is the only constant. Everything changes, right?
Are you sure about it?
I mean, whatever I see, it is changing. Even my body is changing, my thoughts are changing. Forget about the world, my beliefs are changing. Everything is changing.
So you said whatever you see is changing,
Right?
right? So that's true. Whatever you are aware of is changing.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the entity which is aware of the changes? Is that changing?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about Atman.
I'm talking about worldly problems, Vidhan, the jobs problem. People are facing so many issues, and you're talking about Atman here. Like, where does it even connect?
It does.
Okay, what is the Atman then?
So you want a technical definition?
Sure.
So Atman is which is beyond your three bodies.
Okay.
Sthul, Sukshma, Karan, Sharira. It is Atita from your Panch Koshas. It is Sakshi, the witness of all the three states, that is Jagrat, Sushupti, and Swapnavastha. So this is what the technical definition of Atma is.
First of all, it does not really help because I asked you what it is.
You asked me the technical definition of Atma.
No, but I asked you what it is. And then you told me what it is not. It is, you said it is not the three bodies. It is not the three states of awareness. It is not the Panchakoshas. I'm asking you what a fan is, and you are telling me fan is not a car, fan is not a table. But what is fan?
So when I told you that it is not those three bodies, it is not those five koshas, right? It is not those three states, which is your waking, dream, and deep sleep. You seem to understand this, so I'm sure you have some context, right?
I do, but I would like to understand it from, very day-to-day perspective, like how this is going to really make me understand what Atman is.
And you are saying that we are telling you what Atman is not when you are asking me what Atman is.
Correct.
Why it is like that, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
To start with, Vedanta knew this very clearly, that as soon as you give a definition of something, the mind already starts imagining it.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose if I were to tell you that Atman is the light which illumines everything around you. Then the mind will start creating an imagination that Atman is like a light. So it will start comparing Atman with light. And then it will further go thinking that it's the light which comes within us, or it is the light that travels from one body to another.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that there is nothing like Atman which you can relate to. So if I were to give you that Atman is like light, like space, if we give those examples, we tend to look at those examples and start creating a mental construct of what Atman is. Atman cannot ever be understood by your mind.
So Atman cannot be understood by my mind.
Yes?
But all I have got is my mind. So then how am I going to understand about Atma?
Atma reveals itself. It is self-revealing, but it can never be understood because there is nothing like Atma. But yes, if we are aware enough, the Atma reveals itself through its presence.
So then how do we proceed? How does this Atma reveals itself?
Shall we do a thought experiment?
Yeah, of course.
That works, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So last, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Ullas. I am a software person. I love content creation. I love traveling. I'm a husband. What more do you want to know?
Something about your beliefs also.
I mean, I believe that do good to others, do what you want others to do to you. Karma works, do hard work, smart work.
All right. So when you said, my name is Ullas,
Right.
so you were basically talking about maybe your body,
Absolutely.
right? Then when you said that I love traveling,
Mm-hmm.
you were talking about what you desire.
Right.
Then you said I am a content creator, and then you also said that I'm a husband. Then you're talking about the roles and the software engineer. You're talking about the roles.
Right.
And then when you mentioned that karma works, you should do to others what you want others to do to you.
Right.
That is a set of your beliefs.
Correct.
So if you see, there are 4 set of points that you've spoken about. You've spoken about your body, you've spoken about your roles, you've spoken about your beliefs, you've spoken about your desires. Now tell me one thing, that all this is you, or these are your experiences?
What do you mean? These are my experiences, and that is what I am, right? Like all the parts of the car make the car.
Okay. So you're saying these are distinct parts and it comes together and makes you.
Is that not it?
So you took an example of a car,
Right.
that all the parts of the car coming together becomes a car.
Correct.
So all these 4-5 parts you said comes together and becomes you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the example that you're trying to relate to.
Correct.
So let's go deeper.
Okay.
Do you feel that there is a continuity in what you call as me, or that is discontinuous?
What do you mean by continuous or broken? I didn't get it.
Okay. When you were young, your body was completely different from what it is right now.
Yes.
If I were to take a picture of a young Ullas and current Ullas and show to a different person, they will not be able to recognize as the same person. The body is completely changed.
Correct.
But do you feel that you have changed, or you feel it's the same you and your body has changed?
No, I feel I am the same, and continuously the body is changing. It keeps changing all the time. Yes.
Hold on to this, right? You are not feeling as a new you all the time. What is happening to you is that you say that my body is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go deeper. You say you're a husband right now. You were
Correct.
always a husband?
No, before I was not a husband. I was not a husband. Yeah.
Right. Will you always be a husband?
Well, sometimes how the things goes, you never know.
No, that was not the point which I was asking. But okay. So the roles, you were a husband, not a husband, may not be a husband, right? Does it mean that you're changing, or this is a role that is changing and there is a continuity in you?
Yeah, from that example, the husband roles keeps changing, but I am always there. Yeah.
You're always there. So hold on to this thought. Okay. You also said that you're a software engineer or a content creator. Were you always a content creator?
Again, the same thing.
The same concept. Then you said that you love traveling,
Mm-hmm.
right? You always used to love traveling? Or you had some other desires earlier?
I mean, that also has come and gone, and over time it changes, yes.
The desires have also been changing. And you spoke about your beliefs, right? About your karma, that what goes out comes back, what you should do to others,
Correct.
what others should do to you. So these are set of beliefs. Do you just reflect? Do you think that these beliefs were always the same and it has been changing?
I have learned it over time, yes.
So what you thought 5 years ago and what you're thinking today can be two distinct things,
Certainly there.
right?
Yeah.
So while everything is changing, your body has changed, your beliefs have changed, your likes and dislikes have changed, your roles have changed, but still you feel that nothing is, that you, me, I is continuous. While everything which is what makes you is not continuous. Are you able to see that? What makes you feel it is continuous? Because nothing is continuous. If you are the sum total of everything, then sum total of everything is changing. Then you should feel that I am changing. But it doesn't feel that. It feels my experience of self is
No, but
changing.
Vidhan, like, let's say if I change the tire of a car,
Okay.
the car still remains the car, right? Or tomorrow, if something happens in the engine, or if I change the brake oil or whatever, then the car does not change. Sure, the parts of the cars are changing.
Okay. When you say the parts of the cars are changing and the car remains as a car, that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So therefore, the parts of you which is changing, you remains a you. And let's use the same analogy right now. From a car's perspective, is it the same car after you have changed the brake? If you're looking as car as sum total of everything put together, if the sum total has changed, even if majority remains as it is, but even if a part has changed, do you think it's exactly the same?
From the perspective of the car, let's say if I were the car, then yeah, I would think that I have changed.
Exactly. You see, so you are seeing it as a separate. You are separate from the car, and you're seeing it's the same car. But from a perspective of the car, the sum total of all the parts together has changed. Similarly, from your perspective, your body, your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your likes, your dislikes, everything has changed. But still, you feel it is happening to you. The sense of self that it's happening to me has not changed. There is a sense of continuity. Do you see that?
Yeah,
as
with that
slightly subtle?
example, the car example, I think it makes sense
It
now.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That you have changed. So my point to you is that if you are sum total of all your aggregates, then there should have not been any sense of continuity because everything things are changing. Then why there is a sense of continuity?
Yeah, you tell me. If I am not the sum total of everything that I am, then what am I?
It clearly goes to say that you have to be separate from the sum total of everything, because even if the sum total of all your aggregates are changing, you still feel continuity, which means you have to be beyond the sum total of everything. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you?
Right. Okay. So I think what you're saying is like, if I feel continuous, even though the parts of me are changing,
Correct.
which means that I must be something other than the sum total of these parts, and that is why I feel that continuity.
Absolutely. Because something continuous has to be there, right? The experiences are discontinuous, but you never say, I am discontinuous.
Right.
So something beyond these experiences has to be there. And that is what I'm talking about. That you feel there is something changeless, but things around you, including your body and mind, is changing, which means you have to be separate. And that separate, changeless entity possibly is who you truly are. And this is how it reveals itself. This is how it reveals itself. And the second point is, and this is where Vedānta comes into picture, it clearly says that what you experience is not you. Which means if you're experiencing the sum total of all your aggregates, which means you have to be separate from those aggregates.
Correct.
So there are two things. One, there is a continuous, changeless existence which is separate from sum total of all your experiences. And when you go there, something interesting happens.
So you are saying there is some unchanging focal point, and that is Atma.
What do you mean by focal point?
I mean, focal point meaning something which around which everything goes around. For example, Earth ka axis hai, like axis of Earth is there. The Earth is moving all around it, but the axis is always still there. Like the center of the fan is there. All the blades of the fan are moving around, but then the center is always there. But without the center, the blades can also not feel like moving around. Without the axis, the Earth can also move
That's
around.
nice. Yeah, that focal point is a very good concept. The point over here, what we are saying is that you do not. There is a sense of continuity.
Correct.
It does not feel that you appeared and you disappeared. You appeared and you disappeared. It feels that there is something which is happening all the time. That there is me in which all the experiences are happening. So yeah, you can always say that's a focal point around which everything is removing and you are established. You are that focal point maybe.
Okay. So let me just wrap my head around all that we have talked today. One is I am not the sum total of all the parts, because parts are changing, but I still have a feeling of continuity.
Otherwise, you will feel that you are discontinuous.
Right. And all these parts are changing, but I am not changing, so I am the one who's continuous.
Exactly.
And then the second thing is that I am the one who knows that all these changes are happening. So that is that focal point, which is kind of being consistent all across,
Right.
around which all the changes are happening, which I am aware of.
Yeah.
And this unchanging, always there, continuous, consistent thing or principle is what Atman is. Am I getting it?
You're very close to it, yeah. You're very, very close to that when you clearly say that the sum total of aggregates continues to change, but there is a sense of continuity. That means something is continuous.
Correct.
And something is also witnessing the changes. So which means it is aware and continuous.
Unchanging witness.
And what is unchanging witness? That is technically called Atman, isn't it? And when we say Chit is an aspect of Atman where we talk about experiences. So if you go back to what we said in the beginning, when we looked at a technical definition of Atma, it said Panchakosh Atita. Now you're able to understand when we say Panchakosh, I'm talking about my 5 layers of experiences. Body experience, energy experience, the
Mind.
thoughts, emotions, beliefs. So those are your experiences at 5 sheets. But it is you are Atita, separate from those 5 sheets. That's what exactly it meant when we said that. But I cannot explain to you what Atma is, because there is nothing like Atma. Atma is the one which is witnessing it. And the fact that you know that you are witnessing it, yourself, it's self-evident. It is, you know it. You don't need to point to it. That is what we are trying to say in the beginning itself.
Right. And when you say self-revealing, it means that I don't need any instrument to know it. I know it by the virtue of that I am always there.
Yeah.
What is there for me? Like, I never have the feeling of my own absence.
That's the point. You are, that's what awareness is. You're aware in this present moment. That awareness is self-evident. Nobody needs to come and tell you.
Okay.
And there is nothing like awareness. You can't, because everything exists in the awareness. There's nothing like awareness. And that's what I was trying to tell you. There's nothing, you can't say what is Atman.
Right. It's not an object of experience.
It cannot be.
It's the subject itself.
It's the subject itself.
So the knowledge here is that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the witness consciousness which is looking at all this. Okay, understood. But this knowledge, how does it help me in the problems that I mentioned to you earlier, Vedānta? Again, coming back to the thing.
The world is changing.
The world is changing. No.
Jobs are at
and I have to live in this changing world. So what? I am unchanging consciousness. Now, how does it help me?
आप ये बोल रहे हो ज्ञान की बातें बहुत हो गई.
हाँ. प्रैक्टिकल बताओ.
प्रैक्टिकल बताओ.
थ्योरी तो हो गया.
Let's do a thought experiment again.
Absolutely.
That actually makes our life much easier.
Yeah.
So that we see how it goes. Imagine you and I are both working in one organization.
Okay.
And for me, I have to work in that organization because I have housing loan, I have debts, my family completely depends on me on this income, and it's important. This job is important for my survival. And imagine you are working in that job not because you have any financial problem. You are pretty well taken care of. You have enough savings, but you're working there because you like the job. You like the work that you're doing.
Okay.
Are we okay with that?
Okay. We can assume that, yes.
Yeah, let's assume that. Now, here is a boss who is a tough guy, and he creates a lot of unnecessary pressure. He abuses, he tries and makes our life difficult. Between you and me, whom do you think will be able to push back the boss?
In this example, I would be, because what do I care?
Because you are not scared. Why aren't you scared?
Because I have something stable behind me.
You have something stable behind it. But I will be scared. I will always be scared because if I lose my job, what will happen to me? What will happen to my house? What will happen to my family? So I am working from a space of survival. And when you're working from a space of survival, fear is the driving force.
And you are so much dependent upon the job.
Job. So fear, dependency, survival, all of it comes together. But in your case, you're not working out of survival. And therefore, there is no dependency or fear. You are working out of the interest to explore your possibilities. And therefore, you have the ability to push back.
Because I have some anchor.
Because you have an anchor. You know where to fall back upon.
Right.
Now, let's take exact example in our day-to-day life. Till the time we are identified with our body, with our beliefs, with our thoughts, with our emotions, with the way with our ego, the way we are looked at, the way we are perceived, the way we should be, the way the world should be. If that becomes the identity, we will always work out of fear because that's going to change.
Right.
And you have no control on most of it. So you will always be attending to life out of fear because you need to control all of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you know it, you can't control any one of it.
So then does it not make me like careless then, or like why do I need to bother about anything? Because body is changing, mind is changing, things around me are changing. I am just the witness. Why do anything? Like why should I bother?
I will answer you in two parts. One is intellectual understanding that I am just the witness, everything is changing. And at a mere intellectual understanding, this can possibly happen. Right? That, okay, let things change. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the world. All these things are anyway mithya, everything is anyway changing. So that comes again from a sense of ego. That why should I do that? That sense of I-ness is still there. Do you see? It is a little subtle. But the day you truly realize that you are the very awareness in which everything is happening, including your body and mind, is also an expression of that awareness. There is no way on hell you will say that I don't care. You will then care about everything. Because everything is you. Everything is happening in your awareness. Right? And we need to experience and do it to know it. If it's like if you are working from a sense of assurance, if you're working from knowing that you are the limitless, changeless entity, you will see the quality of the work that happens through the body and mind suddenly goes up multifold. But if you're working from a sense of identity, that I need to protect my identity, I need to protect my job, I need to protect this, I need to do that, then you are driven mostly out of fear. See, you spoke about stability in the beginning, right? See, the problem is that we are looking for stability from career, relationship, money, fame. But we have to understand they are all inherently unstable. They by nature are unstable. And more importantly is that even if you have all of them, even if you have career, even if you have money, that is not going to make you stable. I mean, you look at people around you, there are enough who have enough, but are they very stable in their life.
I think it's right when you say no that they are inherently unstable. That is why I want to keep holding more and more and more, because I know this is going to go away, and that's where our those holding inclinations come from.
Absolutely. And always go back to the same example that we are talking about, that till the time we are working from a space of fear, or we are working from a space of assurance,
It's never enough.
till the time you're working from a space of fear, it's never enough. You can have everything in life, but you will always be scared. You will always want to hold more.
Right.
But if you work from a space of assurance, then it is about creating possibilities. It's about doing much more. Now, how do you create work from a space of assurance?
So, Vedant, with example, it really makes good sense. And as you said, like we should work from this space of assurance, that unchanging witness and all. But it is not easy. We are still so much identified with obviously our body and beliefs and the things around us, our relationships and all. That is what we feel who we are. So it's very difficult to actually come to a point where I operate from that standpoint. I consider that as my identity.
True. It's not easy. Who said it was easy? How many people like Vedanta? Because it's not easy. If I were to tell you that do X, Y, and Z to hold your relationships, if I were to tell you do, 1, 2, 3 and work on your career, you'll be more than happy to listen,
Yeah.
right? Because there's something that you can do. But here, when you're saying that be the witness, it's not easy. It's not easy to be the witness. Shift your identity from the body and mind to the unchanging witness, which is your true self. It's not easy. But the point is, anything worthwhile in this life, does it really come easy?
तो फिर क्या करें? How do we go about it then?
It has been clearly said there are 3 parts of it: Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam. Take 10 minutes every day or 15 minutes every day and listen to it. Do mindfulness activities. Be in the Sakshi Bhava for some time. And whenever a certain thought, a certain emotions happen, always take the attention from the contents of awareness to the one in whom everything is happening. At least do it for 10, 15, 20 minutes every day till the time it becomes your life pattern. And by doing so over a period of time, you will create something wonderful where the identity shift will happen by itself. It is not a 1 day, 2 day, 1 month job. It is a continuous practice, a continuous reminder that happens. And someday things will change. It happens on its own. Does it make sense to you?
It does, yeah. And as you said, yeah, it is hard. Like I don't learn tennis in a day.
Correct.
So it takes slowly efforts to become better and better and better to achieve that.
And,
does make sense.
And nothing worthwhile comes so easy. But it's worth it. It's really worth it. To all our viewers and listeners, I just wanted to also suggest that we do conduct live workshops where we take these concepts of Upanishads to help you use it in your day-to-day life. Today we spoke about the example of car, but when we run our live workshops, we will take your personal life experiences, your challenges, and see how the framework of Upanishads can be used in our day-to-day life to deal with our daily challenges. If you're really interested to explore that, please go ahead and register by putting your name and number, which is in the link which is given in the description below. So Lars, would you just want to pick up the shloka that we covered in our session today?
You mean from Tattva Bodha?
Yes.
Sure. स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीर द्वयतिरिक्तः पंचकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रय साक्षी सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप सन् यस्तिष्ठसि स आत्मा.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So if you see in this specific shloka, Atma, they have described that it is Panchakosh Atita. That is what we explained today.
Correct.
It is also saying Atrikt from Shariratraya. It is also saying that it is
Avasthatraya Sakshi.
Avasthatraya Sakshi. And it is Sat Chit Anand Swarupa. So we have just taken a small part today. Hope you enjoyed this.
Absolutely.
And this is what we do. If you basically see, we are going step by step, taking shloka of Tattva Bodha and trying to explain it in our day-to-day life so that we try and make spirituality simple. In fact, in last session, we took up
Mithya.
Mithya,
Yeah.
which was a shloka. I think you remember that.
Correct. It was Atma Satyam
Yes.
तदन्यत
तत्
सर्वम
सर्वम
मिथ्या
मिथ्या
इति.
इति.
आत्मा ही सत्य है, उसके अलावा जो भी है वो सब मिथ्या है.
मिथ्या
And
है.
we covered मिथ्या last time.
And today we just started on Atma, and we are going to go layer by layer and layer by layer. If you like this initiative where we are trying to make Upanishads, where we are trying to make spirituality simple, please like, please subscribe, please share with as many number of people possible, and go ahead and put your comments. I love reading all your comments. Until we meet next, let there be grace. Namaste.